Satish Pai is joining us now for his take on the expectation going forward and the performance. Mr. Pai, always a pleasure to welcome you on NDTV Profit. Now, first, you're constrained with the New York Novelis plant. Post-fire, when is this particular aspect really going to resolve? And how are we seeing the future outlook backed by the New York Novelis plant impact for the performance, Mr. Pai?
Yeah, the repairs are going a little bit ahead of schedule. So we are very confident that by the end of this month, we will be starting the hot mill. So in December, we'll be back to full action.
All right. So, Mr. Pai, that's an important clarification coming in that in December, the operations will start. So how much of EBITDA impact on Hindalco do you foresee because of the New York plant under fire in Q3? This is the present quarter going on.
So we are publicly announced about $100 to $150 million EBITDA impact. Now that will be across Q3 and Q4 because the plant will come up in Q3 and in Q4 will ramp up, but we will see some impact in Q4 as well. So we're estimating between 100 and 150 million. But I just wanted to remind you again, all of this is covered by insurance, and we have said that 70 to 80% of all the losses will be recovered from the insurance.
All right, insurance recovery 70 to 80%. So how sustainable are the cost savings given the raise target of $125 million by FY26 for the company?
It is completely sustainable because what we have announced is a 300 million cost saving program by FY28. And I think that this year's target was actually a 75 million run rate. And we are now announcing that at the exit of March 26, we will be at a $125 million run rate. So these costs are highly sustainable because a lot of it is people and structural costs that we are removing. After that, we'll be doing operational efficiencies, which are also sustainable. So the 300 million target by FY28 is what you should see as a sustainable cost reduction that will go and hit our bottom line.
FY28, $300 million target for cost efficiency, but your net debt, Mr. Pai, is rising 41,400 crores. What's your comfortable leverage threshold going forward?
So you see, the combined balance sheet of Hindalco and Novelis continues to be extremely strong. So this quarter end, we are at 1.23 net debt to EBITDA. Next quarter, we'll probably get to about 1.6. But the India business will continue to be on a negative net debt to EBITDA trend. And, Novelis will have probably another year and a half till Bay Minette gets completed. So I think the strength of the integrated business model and our combined balance sheet is what is going to pull us through.
Now, how's, Mr. Pai, you're a global company, how's the geopolitical and the tariff situation going to impact your export business from India and also Novelis business?
So we are very lucky, number one, in Hindalco India, that the Indian economy is doing very well and is very strong. So 75% of our Indian production is sold in country and 25% is exported, which we largely do to Southeast Asian countries or East Asian countries like Japan, Taiwan, Korea. So our export markets and the domestic market strength has sort of, allowed us to give a strong performance. Now, if I look at the overall macroeconomic tariff environment, it has impacted Novelis negatively. And we have said that this quarter's tariff impact is about 53 million. Otherwise, Novelis actually had a very strong Q2. And if it was not for the tariff impact, they would have been at a $476 million of EBITDA and a $505 per ton of EBITDA.
So, Mr. Pai, about $50 million being impacted on Novelis. Outlook for this quarter for tariff impact on Novelis?
So we have now largely found ways to mitigate the tariffs because they were largely because of metal coming from Canada to the US. So we have said that in the second half of this year, we will mitigate that tariff impact of $60 million that we see per every quarter.
Right. Mr. Pai, last question. When and what the levers are going to be? Do you expect your downstream EBITDA to be meaningfully ramping up towards the 4x FY30 target?
So this year has been a very good trend. So we are now 261 crores, 69% up year on year. This year we'll be comfortably crossing 1,000 crores. Many of our large projects like Aditya FRP, Silvassa are ramping up. So I think we are well on our way to reach that 4,000 crores by FY30.
All right, Mr. Pai, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit and giving a lot of details, especially about the outlook for this particular quarter. Thank you so much.